Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today, we're going to talk about my favorite 15 ships. I know, completely subjective. It's not even a top 10 list, it's top 15. It's because I got to my top 10, and then I had a few more that I said, hey, I gotta fit these on. So, we'll start it off with number 15, and that is Cube 384. Now, this one's here. One, the named ability is really cool. Nobody can mess with your shields. But two, it's here because of the Borg support vehicle dock. And having the ability to bring something along for 10 less points or a sphere for 15 less points, it opens the game up so much. Plus, you throw a big Borg cube on the table, it looks awesome. Is it the absolute best ship in the game? No, not at all. But it's a cool named ability. And why not? So that's kind of my answer. And that's why it's on my list. Cube 384. Number 14, Weapon Zero. Xindi ship, and I would argue the first Xindi ship that truly put them on the map. This is a ship that doesn't look all that impressive if you just look at the stat line. 6080. You go, can take care of that. But then you go, oh, the named ability. It gets defense dice equal to however many hits and crits you put on it. Yeah, that gets to be a little scarier. Plus, it's on a large base, a 2x2 base. That's a bit better. And it's only 30 points. So you're not sinking a ton of points into this ship. And it's got 6 attack dice. Plus it's got battle stations on the action bar. It can put up a good defense. It can last for a while. And that's a good ship in my book. I really enjoyed putting Weapon Zero on the table. Plus it looks cool. I've got an initial theme. It looks cool. Number 13, the Relora-Sankur. Kazon ship. I'd been thinking for a while, hey, this is in the top 20 of ships. And I finally put my list together and I said, no, you know what? Trying to take named abilities, solid stat lines, all that stuff into account. Like, this is a solid ship. This is something I run. I like what it does. Relora-Sankur, it's a good ship. 4 attack dice, but you do a green move, you get a 5th. Solid durability, enough of a maneuver dial with a 180 arc that you can live. It's kind of what isn't there to like about this ship. I guess the fact that it's Kazon, but I like it more than the Valdor, which has the exact same named ability. I don't know. I don't know what there is to truly define it, but the Relora-Sankur works. It just does good work for me. And for that reason, it's on the list here. It's number 13, and I say run it. Number 12 is the Reklar. And the Reklar is a Dominion Galler class. And you go, wait, I thought all Gallers were bad. Well, kind of. But that's because they don't have battle stations, except the Reklar does, indirectly. Its named ability, action, place a battle station token beside your ship. Each time you defend this round, roll +1 a defense die. So this is placing a battle station token, which is not action battle station, so that's even better. And you get an extra defense die each time you roll defense dice. That's a battle station plus. That's action, roll 1 extra defense die every time you roll, and get a free battle station out of it. So functionally, this is a 4-2-4-4 ship, and that is a great named ability. There's plenty of ways to add attack dice. Car goes great on this ship. The elite talent Fire isn't even terrible because of this ship. I've been killed more times than I would care to admit because of the Reklar. I haven't run it much, but London, curse you, and your Reklar. I can admit when a ship is good, and I like to scheme with it, and it's a good ship. Number 11, the Enterprise. So this was the ship that made me say, I gotta do more than a top 10. Because It's the Tinyprise. This is you get to keep doing action bar stuff even while you have aux. So, dock a shuttle on it, still get to do an action bar action. Reverse, still do an action. Put enhanced hull plating on it, still do actions. It was better with protocol because you could double evade and do enhanced hull plating, but it's still not bad because you can evade enhanced hull plating and you most likely won't die to one ship. 2 ships, you're going to have to get some lucky rolls, but 1 ship, you're going to be safe. The Enterprise, it's solid, it's a classic from Wave 0, but she's a good ship, and I really like what she brings to the table. Number 10 is the Alpha Hunter. This ship gets to sensor echo, and it doesn't even take an action. Why not have some extra flexibility after you move to get into position? It's got a stellar maneuver dial, 2 and 3 hard turns are white, 4234 for stat line. It's got 2 tech slots, improved deflector screen goes on this wonderfully. It's solid. I know I keep saying that, but it's a solid ship. It's got a great named ability. It's one of the best named abilities in this game. And, I don't know why I wouldn't run it. There's just so much good stuff out there. Number 9, we're going to Klingons and the Drovana. The ability to discard an upgrade and cancel a die. It's not quite as good as improved deflector screen, but you're getting a Vorcha class out of it. You've got attack dice to counter, and you're just adding durability. You can still do this while you're cloaked. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that one extra discard prevent that hit will keep you alive. Number 8, the Borg Sphere. I'm not worried about named Borg Spheres, though both named spheres have their place, but I'm talking specifically the generic sphere. 38 points, 6 attack dice, heaps of durability. It's imposing when you put it on the board. Somebody sees spheres and they're going, great, I've got spheres to deal with. It's going to be a long day. I better have some way of taking out shields or doing a ton, and I mean a ton, of quality attack dice and making it hurt. Because if you don't have that, 6 attack dice coming back at you in the face is going to make a difference. That is representative of what the Borg are in the show, and I like that they are still scary in this game. Number 7 is the Enterprise A. This is a ship that makes life difficult on your opponent because of how many attack dice you get. You put Type 8 on it, you put Upgraded on it, you put additional phasers on it, and you take a scan. And then you're just rolling all the dice in the world. And that's really tough to overcome. Plus, you've got 8 durability. That feels like enough. It's not a ton, but you've got dice, and you still have flexibility to do what you need to do in order to make a full-on survivable ship. That's why the A's around. I was actually surprised it was down at number 7, but there's really 6 ships that I like just that little bit more. Speaking of which, number 6, Quark's Treasure. I shouldn't need to explain too much why the best shuttle is on this list, but Quark's Treasure, being able to take basically whatever you want, especially in conjunction with cargo hold, and put it on a ship without paying a faction penalty, and then dock it on whatever you want and bring it over, is utterly fantastic. Add into that the fact that you can take Quark on Quark's Treasure, and then bring a 5-point card, like Projected Stasis Field, makes him all the better. So, Quark's Treasure is a fantastic ship. The whole shuttle mechanic is scary. But, it had to be on the list. In a different day, it might be as high as 3, realistically. But for now, it's number 6, and it's absolutely worthy of a place on this list. Number 5, with apologies to Joseph, is the generic Bioship. I love Bioships. I really, really do. Tons of durability, tons of attack dice, and a couple of defense dice to make it scary, and not guarantee the damage like you are against Borg. Bioships maneuver. You can do so much with them. They've got tech slots to be imposing, and as long as you learn how to fly, they are probably one of the best ships in the game. They are not quite as new player friendly as the Borg are, but Bioships, absolutely an imposing force in this game, and something that people need to be aware of. Number 4, the generic Reman Warbird. Not the scimitar, not that I dislike the scimitar, but I don't always like paying 2 more points for the scimitar's named ability. So the generic Reman is still a solid ship, still that 6 attack dice, same great maneuver dial, same great durability, same ability to cloak, slap an interface on there. Slap 2 if you want, and you can get another tech slot, though that's not guaranteed. But really, 1 is often enough. You just take that 1 good shot, and then come out of cloak. Do whatever you want. There's so many ways to make a Reman work, and you still have 10 durability with 2 agility. It's still a ridiculous ship, and I love what's there. It's absolutely scary. That is the Reman Warbird at number 4. Number 3, the Defiant NCC 1764. Fed, mirror, combo. That in and of itself is great, would have been on the list regardless of the named ability. The fact that the named ability lets you reroll attack dice is gravy. Icing on the cake. Whatever cliche metaphor you want to heap on there. It's just extra. It's a named ability that says, yes, thank you, that's great, I'm going to run that. And it is the true chariot that Admiral Worf deserves, because now he can have everything he ever wanted. I'm going to move on. We're going to go to number 2, and that is the Hathaway. I believe that turning any captain into Jean-Luc Picard is one of the most powerful abilities in this game, and I don't mind an Ox in order to do that. So, the Hathaway is a fine ship, the 180 arc, 3 attack dice. It can be enhanced. It's Type 8 upgraded. It's easy enough to do, provided you have the cards. It's there. So, the Hathaway, absolutely solid, does what you want it to do. It makes every Fed captain, any captain in general, even better than they already are. It takes mediocre captains and makes them good. It takes captains you go, I don't know about them. And it says, no, they're good. All right. And for my money, there's only one ship that can be better than that, and that's Scout 608. Because it moves. It moves around. It does exactly what you need it to do. And as long as you have game vision, field vision, you can put this in the exact right place to be able to shoot at things and not get shot. And as long as you can do that, you will win far more games than you can lose. However, when you go wrong, it goes wrong. So the Scout 608 is risky, but when it goes right, it goes oh so right, and your opponent will not be able to deal with it. That kind of gamble is worth the number 1 spot. At that point, I don't think anything truly comes close to the 608, and for that reason, I am very happy to put it at number 1. So, I should note, everything on this list assumes cross-faction play. Everything I ever say assumes cross-faction play. But this list specifically assumes that because that's how I play. So if you don't like it, tough. But You're not going to change how I play. Just take what I say with a grain of salt if you don't play in a venue that plays under those rules. So, yeah, that's my top 15 ships. I would wager to say that I haven't left anything out. I spent a great deal of time poring over this and trying my best to make sure that I didn't forget anything. I am sure there's some arguments you could make in the lower ranks, but nothing in my top, 8. Maybe even top 10, I would say. But anyways, if you guys agree, if you guys disagree, let me know in the comments. I will gladly listen and reply. I mean, you guys will do that whether I say it or not. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support these top 10, top 15, top whatever lists are getting. They are becoming the most viewed series. So that's telling me that they're super important, and I'm going to keep doing more of them. They may start to get somewhat random, but they will continue. So, again, thank you all, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care.